or clay. So my name is Yinka Ilori. I'm an artist, designer, storyteller. I try and find ways of actually carving out pockets of joy within a public space. So it's about trying to create work that's accessible for people who don't really visit galleries or museums and giving them a sense of place, a sense of purpose, but also for me like a sense of belonging. I've been collaborating with Google Arts and Culture Lab to create my first digital interactive work called Dreaming with Flamingos. The work is inspired by a physical playground I designed in London by flamingos that really did used to exist in Barking, by the stories and narratives that were sort of unravelled by the elders in the community, which is what inspired and really sort of birthed the playground and how this project came about. So Dreaming with Flamingos is set in a digital playground where you are surrounded by trees and nature and sounds of birds, which kind of take you into an immersive space where you're able to dream and unravel the narratives and the riddles coming from the elders who live in the playground. They're all kind of ancient parables that were once told by all the elders there, so it's your responsibility and your challenge to unlock these narratives.
I first met Yinka almost 2 years ago now. We were discussing the joy in play. So at the lab, we look for ways in which we can support artists curious and open to experiment with new technologies as tools or collaborators in their process.
How do you sort of take something that's physical and that's actually tangible and turn it into something that actually lives online in a new and interesting way? It started off by me going to Paris, meeting the Google Arts Culture team, creating some models and playing with sound, instruments, words, and trying to sort of reimagine those through the AI. It's something I've never really done before, working in sort of AI space. It sounded exciting, but also kind of crazy because for me, my work is so personal. But working with AI, I think, kind of made me think in a really sort of different way because there are so many possibilities. Storytelling is sort of born from my parents who lived in Nigeria, moved to London, and they were always telling me stories about their upbringings or stories that they were given to by their grandparents. I think one of the things that we wanted to try and do for this project was actually trying to bring in this idea of storytelling back into Dreaming with Flamingos. And within the space, there are a series of instruments that really add to the narrative and story within the sounds you hear. So West African percussion, kalimba, for me, I think the sound of that really does sort of hit home.
So we worked with Yinka to curate the prompts for Music LM. And at each part, the music that is generated is using Google's AI music generation tools. We used some of Yinka's iconic patterns and colorful geometric designs to fine-tune an image generation model and then generate new images based on his style.
So the idea is that you collect all these words and all these sounds when you're trying to navigate your way through the space and trying to unravel these parables.
When you finish a level, you're rewarded with an artwork that we created using image generation tools at Google.
I invite you all into my world to dream and unlock the narratives in this space. Dreaming is how I imagine what I want the world to be.